Editor's note. This video contains heavy spoilers, so if you don't want to get spoiled on Azure Striker Gunvolt's true ending, click away right now. Hello everyone and welcome to this final boss guide of Azure Striker Gunvolt. So you've beaten all the bosses of Sumeragi, even defeated the leader himself, Nova, and were about to head home. Suddenly Asimov appears out of nowhere, trying to persuade Gunvolt and Jewel into world domination. Of course our heroes reject, but in turn Asimov pulls a gun, shooting both you and Jewel in the process, killing both of you. When you reload the game, you will find yourself in your base as well as Jewel, with Jewel telling you there's another path in destiny. Collect all of the 7 emeralds scattered around the stages. Then talk to Jewel and let her make you a necklace. Then you have to wear that necklace at the final stage. Defeat all the bosses again. Defeat Nova again. And its second form. And once you reach to the part where you meet Asimov again, instead of dying from the shot, Gunvolt barely survives the attack, because of Jewel's necklace. Jewel on the other hand died nevertheless. Suddenly Jewel is talking to Gunvolt in the form of Lumen, and the both of them fuse their Septimas to become even stronger, giving an extreme boost to Gunvolt's electric Septima. Basically it works like reincarnation. You have an infinite amount of AP, the song Reincarnation is playing, and you can do infinite air jumps and air dashes, which was pretty sweet, honestly. Just before you reach the orbital elevator, you will face Carrera. He shouldn't pose that much of a problem in your upgraded state. Just finish him off and head to the orbital elevator. Once you reach the orbital elevator, you will face Asimov, who in turn that he too possesses the electric Septima, and that Gunvolt and him were both in the same experiment called Project Gunvolt. Asimov seems really unpredictable in this boss battle, but if you keep close attention to this boss guide you will have no problem whatsoever. First off, his gunshots are always greed snatchers, meaning if you get hit you will not be able to use flash field or pre-evasion for some time. There are 3 variations of his Greed Snatcher attack. The first one resembles Copen's Greed Snatcher. 2 rounds of 3 Greed Snatcher attacks with a pause in between. It works exactly the same and shouldn't be too unfamiliar. The other variation has him using a gunshot similar to your Orochi, where he shoots 1 shot and Orochi will shoot 8 shots in different directions. First, dodge the initial shot. Afterwards, the Orochi bot will appear. If he gives off 4 gunshots upwards, there's no problem. You have to look out for the gunshots that will appear downwards. Stand in the corner opposite of Asimov. If you are sure that there are going to be shots downwards, jump over the first one and ignore the others. The first 4 shots can be upwards or downwards, meaning you can forecast the attack. You have to rely on your instinct for this one. His third and last variation of Greed Snatcher is Target Chaser. This one is especially hard to predict. Initially the gunshots will head towards Gunvolt directly, but then there's those cursors. It's really hard to tell during your gameplay, but some of the cursors will disappear once one of the bullets has gone through. Sometimes when you jump, some of the shots will chase you. Whether or not the shots will chase you or not is hard to predict, but it is doable. Once you notice the cursors disappearing, you have to predict which bullet is aligned to the cursors. Once you notice there are only 2 or 3 cursors, keep your distance and watch closely. Try to jump over the last bullet if possible. It's hard to explain, here's some examples. After using some of the Greed Snatcher attacks, Asimov will jump in the air and try to air dash at you with his own flash field. This is the time to strike. Use your own flash field to counter his flash field. During the collision of the two flash fields, don't move, since you might end up walking into Asimov's flash field. Also, Asimov's flash field does a lot of damage, which is also the reason why you need to avoid the Greed Snatcher attacks. If you ever get hit by the Greed Snatcher attacks, it takes some time for you to recover, even with your upgraded powers. So if this situation comes up and you can't use the flash field, you will get a high amount of damage. Now, after the two flash fields collided, Asimov will be in fatigue state for a few seconds. Now you have to tag Asimov up to 3 times and flash field him. The 3 tags will eventually run out, so attack him as much as you can. Once you reach the first and second phase of this boss battle, he will pound into the ground. This attack is called Electric Sweep, and an electric wave will appear from the ground. It doesn't do a high amount of damage, but you should dodge it anyway by jumping over it. From there on out, he's going to repeat all of his movements until you reach the third phase of this boss battle. Once you reach the third phase of this boss battle, Asimov will use his special skill, Voltaic Chains. If you are low level during this part, this attack will insta-kill you. If you are somewhere in your 80s or 90 level, you will get a high amount of damage, though you will survive. To dodge this attack, you have to watch out for the gaps between the chains. Most of the time it will be at the top of the screen. Thanks to Jules' powers, you can infinite jump in this gap. Just make sure to stay in this gap until the attack wore out. Be careful though, because he can use his special skill multiple times. Again, if you get hit by a Greed Snatcher before this attack, this skill might kill you. After this, he's going to repeat all of his movement patterns. If you manage to defeat Asimov using a special skill, you get bonus points. Asimov needs to be tagged for this attack though, or else he will just prevasion out of it. With this, you have finally defeated the true boss of Azure Striker Gunvolt. The credits roll and you get back to the main menu. But hold on, there is more. If you boot up the game again and load your save game, you will notice that there are 5 special missions available now. The first 4 special stages are a mishmash of previous stages, as well as some bosses. The 5th one, however, is a complete boss rush of all the bosses in Azure Striker Gunvolt, including Asimov. You can do this mission just fine until you reach Asimov. But once you reach Asimov, you will notice you don't have your reincarnation mode on, like before. This means if you cannot recover fast enough from the flash field collision, Asimov will pre-raid forever and ever and ever. And even if you are able to weaken him down to his 3rd phase, you will be fried by his Voltaic Chains if you are not prepared. If you plan to do the special mission 5, I recommend using Orochi as a weapon, 2 cooldown lenses plus so that you recover fast from overheat, a triple boost band plus, or even better, a Sky Tifer band plus, so you can avoid the Voltaic Chain attack. I also recommend a shield medallion plus in order to get less damage from all the bosses you will encounter up to Asimov. With this setup, you will be able to defeat Asimov with ease, but you have to watch out for your EP. So EP management is crucial in this form of boss fight. And that's it, you beat Azure Striker Gunvolt. But Gunvolt's and Jules' story doesn't end here. Azure Striker Gunvolt 2 has already been announced, and it's on its way to the Nintendo 3DS. So keep yourself updated on the release date of Azure Striker Gunvolt 2. And with that, thanks for watching my video. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask them in the comments right away. I try to answer your questions as good as I can. And with this, good luck in sharpening your skills, Azure Strikers. Good luck!